What up? What up? What up, social media family? It's your boy, big brother, little brother. It just depends on the situation, but it's your boy, Noble Alexander in the building. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? I'm good. I am blessed. I am glad I am here. I am above ground. That means I have another opportunity to get things right. So, what's up, man? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's good. Welcome to another edition of I Will Slap the Sense into You. Full disclosure, this is not a slap of disrespect. This is not to slap the shit out of you. This is just to wake you up a little bit because your pineal gland might be a little calcified. You might be a little sleeping life, walking down the street, walking through life like he's Elf from Friday. La la la, la la la. But guess what? That's what your brother is here for. You see, I'm gonna wake you up. That smack is like just to help you wake up a little bit, help you get your little thought pattern going, give you something else to think about. I hope y'all enjoyed your weekend. My week has been good. What is this? Tuesday? Tomorrow's hump day. Tomorrow is definitely hump day. So, we we halfway through the week almost. So that's always a good thing because after hump day, it's Junior Friday. And then Junior Friday is Friday. And so then we good at that. All right? We good at that. But today's episode, this is the shadow world. Yeah. Yeah, we on tonight. Yeah, this is the shadow world tonight. This is the shadow world episode. So I hope y'all enjoyed last episode. I got a lot of feedback from that. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, that supported, and gave me some feedback on that because I got a lot of feedback from the last episode, the psychedelic experience. But today we're going to talk about the shadow world. And so what is the shadow world about? Well, the shadow world is about something that we all have in common, no matter rich or poor, black or white, Hispanic, Asian, no matter where you live, America, Russia, Australia, China, Africa. There's something as human beings that we all tend to have in common, okay? And that is our dreams. I'm sure everybody dreams, right? All y'all dream, right? Exactly. No matter what you are, no matter what you do, male or female, there's a point where we must close our eyes. And when we close our eyes, there's things that tend to happen. Now, before we get into that, into the shadow world, because that's what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss dreams, the meaning of dreams, and try to get an understanding of what it means to be human, right? To be human. So, a human being, see, a lot of us think that, like when you see me, for example, a lot of us think that we're like this. This is us. This is us. Our skin, the way we look, our skin tone, our mouth, our lips, our teeth. But realistically, this is just like the movie. This is just our avatar. That's really what this just is. This is our avatar. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you so I'm gonna say something right now. If you super Christian out the game, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if you just to the extreme when it comes to that, maybe this show is not for you. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now. This episode may not be for you, okay? As you follow along, you're going to understand that and see that this episode just may not be for you. But before we dive in, I forgot one thing that I typically always do, and I apologize because I forgot to say hotel, shalom, salam alaikum, peace and blessings, ashe, 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 right? All right, there we go. Now we open. So when we look at the term human being, why is it necessarily reference to human being? Because we're being human. Going back to this being our avatar, we are spirit in the body. We're not a body that has a spirit. We are the spirit in the body. Okay? So again, we're not a body that has a spirit. We are a spirit in the body. And that's very important to understand, because what that does, that will help in, again, they go that pineal gland. It'll help you give an understanding of what it is to be human, because you're being human. You're a spirit being human. That's why it's called human being, because you're being human. Okay? Now, regardless of whatever your understanding is, whether it be religious, spiritual, you could be into the divine spirits or the Most High, you know, into the church, the mosque, the synagogue, into the ancestors. It really doesn't matter. It really covers everything across the board, to be completely honest with you. We have manifested ourselves from a particular state of being and have come down into this flesh to observe and experience certain things, because this is where you get to experience taste and touch, smelling, hearing, and seeing, you know, those five senses. You may, in the spirit world, there's a knowledge of certain things, but it's one thing to know something, is another thing to understand it. You know what I mean? So when you're here in this realm, in this dimension, on this plane of existence, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same. You get to experience what it's like to breathe air, to drink the water, to taste the water, to feel the water, to eat food, to taste the food, okay, to eat a piece of cake, a piece of candy, okay, what it's like to, run and walk. You get to experience these things in this realm. And this realm is what they call third density, 3D. Okay, the 3D plane, the 3D dimension. Again, whether you're talking about plane, dimension, existence, 3D, whatever the level is, it's the same thing. So going back to what I said earlier about us being spirit and being here, just to give an idea of what that could look like. Because they say that, the Most High is the source of all, the Alpha and Omega, right? The omnipresent, right? The beginning and the end, okay? When it comes to that, there is no time, because there was never a time when it wasn't. You know what I mean? It's always when it was, it is. There's never a time when it wasn't, again. So it doesn't have a beginning nor end. And see, that's where we come from, right? So again, that's spirit. So let me try to help you understand, just to give you an understanding of what we are. So just imagine you have the ocean. Say the ocean, right? Let's say the ocean is the great spirit, right? The divine spirit, the omnipresent. It's everywhere, right? Just like the ocean on this planet, it's everywhere, right? So let's say that that's the Most High, the ocean. So we all come from the Most High, right? So now you got the ocean. Now let's say someone takes a cup and dips it into the ocean. Now you got this cup holding this ocean water. The water inside of that cup is the same exact water that is from the ocean. It is ocean water. So you got the ocean, then somebody takes a cup and scoops up some ocean water and puts it in a cup. That ocean water in that cup is still the exact same ocean water. Now, if someone comes and puts some dye into the cup, maybe they got 5 different cups. This is all for example. And let's say in one cup they put purple dye, blue dye, yellow dye, green dye, red dye, right? Okay. That personalizes it. So then that will be that personal understanding, the reflection, that would be the soul, and the cup itself would be the body. So again, you got the soul. You have the ocean. Okay? You got the ocean. And somebody scoops up some water from the ocean and places it in a cup. That water that's in the cup is the spirit. It's still a part of that. It's the same thing. All right? Then someone takes some dye and drops a color in it. Now that personalizes that spirit into an actual soul. And the cup that's holding the soul and also the spirit is the body. So that's body, mind, and spirit. Okay. All right. So the body will be earth. The mind will be like the soul, and like your spirit, it will be like the heart. Okay, so it's body, mind, and spirit. That's what we're made of. We're sentient beings, body, mind, and spirit. Okay. So this is important to keep up with. All right, because it's gonna be a lot. So now that we got that out the way, and hopefully that'll help you understand what you are, which is the cup. This physical flesh is the cup. Me being Noble Alexander, I'm the soul. This is my soul expression of what it is for me to be human. And within that is my spirit, which I am that. I come from that ocean that we talked about. Okay, I'm just here experiencing life as a human being, and I'm being human. Okay, that's what's happening here. All right. So now getting to the dreams. What happens is the body needs rest. The body can only stay awake for a certain amount of time. This is why they say you got to get some rest, because after 3 days, like your body will just shut down. Like when you get tired and you're like dead tired, there's nothing you can do. Your body will shut down. Like you'll just faint and pass out. It's called sleep deprivation. You ever been at work or driving and had to pull over? You might be driving across country and you have to pull over and sleep because you will pass out behind the wheel. It's a fact. You will. Your body needs that rest. While the body is resting, your soul/spirit does not cease to exist. it's still doing its thing. So being a sentient being, and when the body's awake, that's what you would call your quote unquote consciousness. I'm like right now, I'm conscious enough, I'm woke, I'm conscious, I'm here, I'm doing a live. But there's also a subconscious. And the subconscious, there's like a role reversal. There's a role reversal between the conscious and the subconscious, especially when you sleep. When you're asleep, your subconscious becomes more conscious, and your conscience becomes that secondary thing, because you're asleep, your body is resting, but clearly your soul and your spirit is still at work, because you got to understand, you're not telling your heart, lungs, kidney, liver to do all of the things that it's doing. There's something inside of this body, inside of this avatar, that's allowing your heart to continue to beat at the right amount of beats that it takes per minute to sustain life. Your lungs are still operating. Your kidneys, your gallbladder, your liver, your pancreas, all of these, your blood, all of these things are still flowing and working in your body. You're not telling yourself to do it. It's not like right now, as I'm talking to y'all, I'm sitting here telling my heartbeat, lungs, do what you do, kidneys, do what you do. There's a force, there's something inside. That's why when you see a deceased body, a deceased individual, one who has transitioned, the body looks cold. The animation, the life force of that body has left that avatar and transitioned on. Okay, that's why it looks the way it do. When a person dies, they do not look the same. If I die right now, I don't look the same. You're gonna be able to see the life. You're gonna be able to tell the difference between a body with life and a body without life. Okay, so again, going back to the point of, you are not a spirit or a soul with a body. You're a spirit, and you're not a body with a spirit and a soul. Excuse me. You're a spirit and a soul with a body. You're a 3-part being. So you need your body, mind, and spirit all together in this realm, 3D, to experience life here. So again, when that happens, you go to sleep because your body needs to recharge. It needs to rest. As that's happening, again, your spirit and your soul is not resting. It's not sleep. You're what we call, or what we're known as, is dreams. Now you're in a dream state, but there's different forms of dreams. It's not, everything is not the same. Every experience that you have while you're sleeping or resting is not the same. Okay. For example, some quote unquote, some dreams are what they call, you might have a vision. You might have a vision about something that is to come. Okay. Have you ever had a dream about somebody you haven't seen in a while, and then all of a sudden, a week or 2 or maybe even a month later, but shortly after that, you see that person? I'm going to say it again. Have you ever had a dream, which at this state could be a more than likely tends to be what we call a vision of somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and then the next day, the next month, the next week, at some point after that, you end up seeing that individual. Well, that was like a precursor. That was like a vision of the interaction that is to come. Now, understand again that you understand that in this realm, dimension, plane of existence, all the same thing. There's what we call time. When you when you when you are asleep and you're dreaming, a next form of a dream is what they call a OBE. This is an outer body experience. This is when your soul is astro projecting, astro traveling. That's what they call it. Okay, so that means the soul it leaves the body. Okay, that's why they say sleep is a cousin of death, because every day you partially die to get rest and go to sleep. So you get a sample of death every night. That's why they call sleep is a cousin of death, right? Your soul leaves the body. And from there's so many things that can happen. It can go into the past. It can reveal things about your present. It can go into the future about things that are to come. If it goes into your past, it can show you things that you may have subconsciously forgotten about, and now you're like aware of it again. For those that believe in reincarnation, it can go back that far to where you might have a past life progression. Like you may get a sense of something or somebody or something that you used to be once upon a time. And I know this is why I said this conversation is not for people if you an extreme Christian, go ahead and just log out. This ain't for you. Okay. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to get into what you believe in. That's fine. That's great. I don't disrespect it at all. I respect, the whole purpose of religion and church and everything. But I'm just saying that this conversation may not be for you tonight. So if you just super duper every Sunday type of person out the game, I'm just, hey, don't say I didn't give you due and timely notice. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, it can go into the past, your soul and spirit, and reveal things, like I said, things about when you was a kid, things about past lives. It could be in the present to show you currently where you are and what you're doing. And it can go into the future to show you again. This is why you had that dream about somebody, the quote unquote dream. That's just what we call it. This is why you had that dream about an individual that you have not seen in a while. And then all of a sudden, like I said, a day later, week later, month later, shortly after that vision, that dream, you ended up seeing that person you ain't seen in a while. And that's what so that was a vision of the future. Like, wow, damn, I ain't seen you in a minute. And then people be like, man, I just had a dream about you, bro. Or sis, that's crazy. I was just thinking about you. And then all of a sudden, here you are. Yeah, it was like premonition. It was like letting you know that this individual is going to come up. So that's something that can be done. Now, when you have, going back to what I said, an outer body experience, because that's still all a part of it in a way. The outer body experience is basically your soul leaving your body and traveling to other realms, other dimensions, other planes of existence. That's why things may look the way it look, kind of weird and funny. You might see colors all over the place, shapes all over the place. Things don't quite make sense. One minute it could be sunny, next minute it could be dark. You could be flying, then you could be driving all at one moment. You were just flying, now you driving. You can go to different places. You might have an experience that you're in Jamaica, that you're in Dominican Republic. Hell, you might feel like you on Mars. That's what they call having a outer body experience when you're traveling on what they call the astral plane. They call it the astral plane, the soul leaving the body. Okay. And so within that, there's like there's like 3 levels of that. The levels of vibration continue to go up, but most people, and I want you to highlight this as we continue to go on with this conversation, experience the astral plane from the first 3 degrees, the first 3 levels of vibration, first, second, and third. Most people don't go past the third for a lot of different reasons. And like I said, we're going to get into all of that in a minute. But them first 3 is what they for sure call the astral plane. And so you leave out, your soul actually literally leaves, and it travels to different places, different dimensions, different realms, different spaces and time. It's a truly, what they say, an OBE, an outer body experience. Then they have the experience of where your soul doesn't leave the body. Now you're dealing with your mind. So now you're traveling within your mind, dealing with your thoughts and your ideas and your emotions and the things that you have going on. See, these are all different things. Like I said, you can have a dream about visions regarding to your past, present, and future. You can have an outer body experience. And you'll know when you have an outer body experience too, because it's what they call, that's when that sleep paralysis kicks in. You know, like, and I'm gonna tap on a little bit, but I'm gonna get deeper into it in a second. To where sometimes you ever woke up and you woke up and something was going on, and you woke up real quick, like, whew, and your heart was beating real fast, like doo 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 doo, like real fast. Sometimes you wake up so fast that you was out of your body, so your soul came rushing back real quick, and just as it did that, boom, you woke up too. Now you're like, oh, so your heart is beating. So your heart is working through all of this. Like, you can really feel emotions while you sleep. That's why you can actually cry. You can actually cry while you sleep. You can actually have a dream about the death of somebody that you care about, and you'll really cry. And you'll wake up and your eyes will be watering and you'll be in tears. You'll be like, damn, what the hell? But you was really crying. Your heart is really going through all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you pay attention, your heart will beat. It's beating. Okay? So if you come back so fast and you wake up like that, and you may have been gone somewhere far. Who knows? You probably was on Pluto and just came back real quick, shoot, boom, and woke up like bam. And you're like, oh shit. A lot of times your soul tends to return and then settle in. So when you wake up, you just wake up like, oh, okay, good, grand rising. You woke up, start a new day. Alarm clock goes off, you know what I'm saying? That's waking you up. But sometimes, depending on what type of dream you're having, depending on what's going on, it might just hit you, boom, and it might just wake you up, because you might, say a lot of times you might be afraid of something, like, oh shit, like, whoa, what was that? And you just wake up, heart beating fast. Okay, so that lets you know it's stuff going down. All right, it's stuff going down. So you got your dreams, and then you got your nightmares. Now, again, I'm still just warming up. I'm just warming up. Y'all know how I do this. So now your nightmares tend to be things that you run from, things that you haven't conquered, things that you are afraid to face. So it comes in a form of a nightmare or in the form of a demon. You constantly running from something. That's why, if you notice that when you're dreaming, haven't y'all noticed that you might be running from something? Say if you're running from a demon in your dream. It could be a vampire, a werewolf, some type of monster, creature, anything. The police. I'm just naming stuff. It's just things that you just running from in your dream, things that you're trying to escape. Notice that in your dream, no matter where you go, you might find sanctuary for a split second. Like, ooh, okay, I think I got away from the monster or the demon. Next thing you know, boom, the chase is back on again, and you can't seem to shake it because it's really you. Because it's really you. You got to understand that the things that you're facing in your sleep is really you. The things that you're afraid to face, the things that you have yet to conquer. Okay, and it's going to keep repeating itself in until you conquer it. That's why they say in the thing about reincarnation, whatever you don't conquer in this lifetime, you know, you're going to be recycled and come back, and you're going to have to be kind of dealing with those same things again. Now I know that some people will say, "Well, I'm this type of religious belief, and I don't believe in reincarnation." That's fine. You know, again, like I said, this conversation is not for you, but I will make a point about this, especially if you're a Christian. They say that when you die, you're going to be judged, and that when you die, you're going to go to either heaven or hell, right? Either way, right? That's what I mean. That's the consensus, right? And this is what most people, especially in America, tend to believe in because this is allegedly a Christian nation, right? So you believe that when you die, you're going to go to heaven and hell. So keep in mind, I want you to let this register in your brain. When you die, your body is going to be in that grave. So if they buried you at Inglewood Cemetery, whether you go to heaven or hell, your body is in Inglewood Cemetery or cremation. You know what I'm saying? So you in that jar. Your essence, your that shell, that avatar has been cremated and it's in this jar. Okay? It's still there. Okay? So for you to go to heaven and hell and experience heaven and hell and know that you in heaven and hell, then that would mean that you are not this avatar. You are the energy within this avatar, and there's going to be an experience for you after you leave this avatar. Come here. Come here. Now we finna get popping now. I will slap the sense in you. Stop being so quick to try to disregard other aspects of life because the pastor didn't tell it to you. Because this is not what they said in the pulpit. It doesn't matter. You know what happens to you when you go to sleep. You know damn well when you go to sleep, the things that you're experiencing. It ain't got nothing to do with pastor telling you or not telling you. All right? There's just things beyond this world that there's not too many people talking about or have an understanding about. Period, point blank. I don't care what your religion is. So even if you're a Christian, you're going to have some type of awareness that, I've lived a good life. I've made it to heaven. You're going to have some type of awareness like, holy shit, I was a fucked up person. I'm in hell. Whether you believe in that or not, the point is you're going to be aware of it. And to be aware is to be conscious. And to be conscious is to have some type of form of being and observing. All right? So either way it go, you believe in something outside of this avatar. All right? So period, point blank. Now, again, you got your nightmares. Okay, so we just touched on your nightmares. Your nightmares tend to be things that will it's the same as the dreams, but a lot of us, they call them nightmares because there's a fear. You know, it may be some type of death and destruction, and you're running from vampires and werewolves and monsters and shit. But typically, these are the things that in our subconscious, that's why you got to go back to what I said earlier, subconsciously, the things that you run from in real life becomes those demons when you go to sleep. I just want you to know for a fact who you are while you awake or is who you are when you're asleep. Who you are when you're asleep is who you will be when you awake. Again, who you are when you awake, you know, we walking around, we're going to work every day. If you're that, whoever you are here is who you going to be in that astral plane. Is who you going to be when your body's resting. Who you are when your body is resting and your spirit and soul takes over, That's who you're going to be when you wake up. Okay. Then they have what they call lucid dreaming. So, what is lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming is a lot of people tend to not remember their dreams. They tend to not, it's just like they go through the experience and then it's like, okay, boom, they wake up and they forget everything. Like lucid dreaming is being able to reflect and talk about what happened in that dream, to recall your dreams, but it's lucid. It's like very vivid. So you can say, I was here, I was there, and that person was there, and the sun was out, and I drunk this water, and then I heard the horn, and then this happened, and that happened, and I saw this, and then I saw that. That's lucid. That's lucid dreaming, where you can remember and come out of that dream state when you wake up, okay, into this realm again, this dimension, this 3D world, and you like, damn, okay, that's crazy. Like now you can reflect on what the dream was about, who was in it, if anybody was in it, what was in it, what was the like, what was you doing there? That's lucidness. When you can't remember nothing, it wasn't really lucid. When you struggling to have the vision and see clearly what was going on, it's not lucid. And there's a way for you to be able to practice developing that ability to have that lucid type of dream. You just, for one, you want to start telling yourself literally that you want to remember. You want to remember what you go through when you sleep. So if you keep telling yourself that and really bring that to your forefront of your mind, you will take that with you when you cross over and you go to sleep. You'll take that with you and you'll start waking up. And then you want to start writing down your stuff too. That'll force your soul and your consciousness to start reflecting on what it is that it experienced, to the point where if you keep doing those things, it'll just become like a mastery level, and you probably would no longer need to write it down and no longer need to tell yourself that you want to remember, because you just kind of like you automatically will. You know what I'm saying? You automatically will. So one thing for sure to help you with your dreams and the things that you experience with your dreams, and having a good dream, and or even a nightmare, avoiding nightmares. For one, control your fears. But before we get into that, let's just start with the basics, because there's levels to this. Remember, I told you about those dimensions. The first 3 degrees is body, mind, and spirit. You got your first chakra, second chakra, third chakra. Okay, it's like 7 chakras to our being. It's really more, but in order to get to your crown chakra, that's at the top here. That's the 7th. That's what they call 7th heaven. Okay, so first and foremost, you have to start with your body. What does that mean? Noble Alexander, you said the body, Noble. Tell us what that means. Well, what that means is that you have to eat properly. If you're somebody that's like you believe in your dreams and you want to receive more information from your dreams and maybe tap into certain type of the Most High, the divine spirits, or maybe you went to your ancestors, whatever it is, what you eat and what you put into your body, your temple, your house, your building, that matters. That matters. That matters. If you're exercising and eating right, you're going to vibrate at a higher level. You're going to vibrate at a higher level. And the more you exercise and eat right, your vibration will rise. So therefore, when you do go to sleep, because we all go to sleep, no matter rich or poor, black and white, you live in Russia, live in China, live in America, everybody goes to sleep and everybody has these dreams. And we just covered dreams, right? The different types of dreams. So you start vibrating at different levels, depending on, let's just start with our foundation, which is our physical body. If you work out and you eat good and you put good substance into your temple, you will vibrate at a higher level. You will have less what you call nightmarish experiences. and you'll start to even probably go past the first 3 degrees. Remember, you got those 7 chakras, you got the first 3. Most people are just, they float within the first 3. But when you start eating properly, you can start going into the fourth dimension, the fourth chakra. Okay. But again, that's predicated on your physical health. So you got to eat right and you got to take care of yourself. So for example, if you think that you finna sit up here and if you tell yourself, well, I'm in the vibrating higher and I want to vibrate at higher levels of existence and consciousness, and I want my energy to vibrate more potent, and I want my aura to be more powerful, then guess what? You're not finna be sitting up here eating no damn McDonald's every damn day. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. You cannot sit here and vibrate at higher levels of state of being and consciousness, and you're eating the worst food ever. You cannot put bullshit into your temple and then think that you finna turn around and do some old godly Superman, Wonder Woman, X-Men, Avenger, Captain America type of shit when you traveling, when you are experiencing having these different experiences when your body's at rest. No, it's not gonna happen like that. If you don't care about it, then yeah, go ahead and eat all the McDonald's and Burger King you want, for sure. It don't even, you somebody that's within those first 2 or 3 degrees, and we're gonna touch a little further on that in a second. But if you say to yourself, now I want to go higher and I want to recollect my dreams more, and I want to be more lucid and understand what I'm dreaming and being able to remember my dreams more, then drink water, because water is like a gateway. Water hydrates your body. You know what I'm saying? It flushes out stuff. So you want to get rid of those toxins. You know what I'm saying? If you eating McDonald's and drinking soda and drinking chips and drinking Kool-Aid, when you go to sleep, you might have some cold little nightmares though, for real, because you're not eating what they call sun food. Sun food is food that grows from the earth, that when the sun touches it, it grows. You know, the fruits, the vegetables, the water, it helps with the water. But when you're eating McDonald's that ain't even real meat, it's all chemical made, laboratory stuff, candy, chips, Doritos, and Butterfingers, and Twinkies, and Kit Kats, and Snickers. And I mean, we've all had it, but I'm just letting you know for a fact that that's going to help lower your vibration. In fact, when you eat heavy foods, it lowers your vibration. Eating a gang of beef lowers your vibration. And I think you might know that. You know what I'm saying? You just pretend I'm lying. Pretend I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Haven't you noticed how you respond when you just been eating beef all the time? Don't you feel yourself sluggish and slow and sleepy? And, and don't eat no food like that before you go to sleep, right before you go to bed. Oh yeah, you might be gassy at night and all type of stuff. You know what I mean? You just not, you tossing and turning. The next day when you wake up, you don't have that same boost of energy that you could typically have. Like I said, you're moving a little bit slower because your body is digesting all of this stuff. But if you're eating fruits and eating vegetables, those are sun food. Those foods, it sustains the body, and so it helps you elevate, because what you, like they say, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. So if you eat bullshit, you bullshit. I mean, this is not about pointing fingers. This is just facts. This is not trying to poke fun at people. This is why if you pay attention to people that tend to be dedicated to working out and eating healthy, why do you think you can see somebody 50, 60 years old that's dedicated to eating right? They don't really eat meat like that, or if at all, they eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. Maybe they eat fish at the when they do come to me, and they exercise all the time. Why do you think you run across people who don't look their age? They don't look their age because their energy, their cells in their body, their DNA, their energy, their blood is activated. So they're not finna be 50 looking like they 50 and 60 and 70. They're gonna be 40 something and 50 something, but looking like, damn, bro, you 40, but you look like you 30. You 50, but you look like you 35 and 40. That's what happens when you take care of yourself and you eat a certain way. And so then that all plays a part into what happens when you are asleep, when you are resting. You eat fruits and vegetables. When you wake up, you're going to feel strong. You're going to feel vibrant. You might feel ready to go. Just pay attention to how your body reacts. For those who haven't noticed it, just pay attention to how your body reacts off of just beef and heavy food and meat all the time, red meat especially, versus when you eating fruits and vegetables. Okay, so now switching gears a little bit, going back into the astral traveling and then coming back into your body. There's this thing, it's called sleep paralysis, right? Sleep paralysis. Now there's a scientific explanation, and then there's like esoteric explanation. There's a couple esoteric explanations, and then there's a scientific explanation. The scientific explanation of sleep paralysis. First of all, what is sleep paralysis? Have y'all ever experienced like being woke but not woke, but you know you woke and you are conscious of being woke, but you just can't move? That's sleep paralysis. When you know you woke and you trying to like open up your eyes and move your neck and your arms, but it's like a resistance almost, like That's what they call sleep paralysis. Scientifically, what they're saying is that in this dream state, your body releases this chemical and it kind of paralyzes you. So therefore, when there's times when you kind of wake up before the chemicals is wore off or whatnot. So you kind of experience that paralysis where it's like, damn, hold on, I'm asleep. I know I'm asleep, but I can't move because I'm still asleep. But I know I'm not asleep and I'm trying to move, but I can't move. I can't even talk. I can't do nothing, right? So that's the scientific explanation of it. Now, on the esoteric side of it, they say that, and you know, again, if you're a Christian, you know, you might want to, this ain't for you. This episode ain't for you, okay? They say that there's a demon, and sometimes it's referred to as a jinn. You know, they have many different names for these negative energies, and it's referred to as a jinn, right? And it says that this jinn or this negative force is actually holding you down, is preventing you from waking up. Like you trying to wake up, but it's holding you. It's in the room, right, with you, and you trying to fight it, and then you finally eventually being able to kind of, I guess, have a breakthrough. And some people have actually talked about seeing some type of shadow figure in the room or whatnot, right? So that's that sleep paralysis. That's one of the esoteric meanings of it. The other side of the esoteric is again, going back to what I said earlier, you've been traveling, astral projection, out of body experience, and your soul hasn't quite came back and settled in yet. And you kind of like woken up during that process. So before your soul can get back settled into your body, you know, you like struggling. You like, you know, you like struggling to wake up or whatnot, or struggling to move, and you're not going to be able to move until you completely settle in to your avatar. Now, so this brings us to the point where this is why they say your prayers before you go to sleep. You know, a lot of Christian people believe in prayer before they go to sleep. You know, saying Now they lay me down to sleep. I pray my soul to pray the Lord my soul to take if I should die before I wake. Just different type of stuff. What this does is, and that's just from what I just said, that's from a Christian standpoint. Some people, they say other things before they go to sleep. They pray to the ancestors, they pray to the divine spirit, they pray to the omnipresent, and they ask for protection and they ask for guidance and wisdom. So this is a traditional thing. It doesn't matter what form you do it from. It doesn't matter if you do it from a religious standpoint or a spiritual standpoint. Realistically, you're pretty much almost doing the same thing, realistically. And so you're asking for this protection because there is a such thing as positive and negative forces. Yes, there is. Yes, there is a such thing as positive and negative energy. There is a such thing as malevolent and benevolent. Again, there's a such thing as positive and negative energy and forces, and there is a such thing as malevolent and benevolent. There is definitely a such thing as that. And so you want to kind of say something to help strengthen you during your 8 hours of rest, to try to keep you on a positive journey and not have to go too much or experience too much, or the things that you are experiencing, you want to be enlightened about it. You want it to be able to hit you here in your pineal gland, so it'll give you ideas of what you need to do, not do, type of people you need to be around, not around, all of that type of stuff. So that's why it is a good idea before you lay your head down to, say some type of words to, trigger that positive response from the Most High, the divine spirits, the ancestors, whatever you subscribe to, whatever. It's really all the same shit. Okay, for real. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. It's the same. Okay, and so that's why you want to do that. Now, being able, when we dream, there's so many different things happening when we're going on. And I'm really just, no matter how deep I'm talking, no matter what I'm saying, I'm really just tapping. This is basic. I'm not even really, it may be deep, but I'm not super duper going as deep as I could, or how this conversation could really get, because trust me, it can really go there. I'm just here to slap the sense in you and start, bringing awareness. And we are, like I said, we all sleep. We all experience these different experiences when we sleep. Like I said, the outer body experiences, the astral projection, the past, present, and future experiences. Having something that triggered about your past and you dreaming about it. For those that be in reincarnation, you can go back even further and tap into somebody or thing that you used to be. You can have a dream about the present. You can have a dream about somebody, and then a day or 2 or 3 weeks or a month later, you see the person. That's the future. It's different things going on there. You got your nightmares, and what are the nightmares about? It's about, you running from something, don't want to face something. There's a lot of symbolism there. Only you can interpret it. So it's just funny to me how, when you're dealing with people, because see, there's things that money can buy. Money can buy a lot, but money can't buy you peace. Money can't buy you entrance into certain gateways and portals and dimensions. You'll never be able to have so much money to where you can just pay your way into the 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension to your crown chakra. That ain't gonna happen. That's gonna happen by your body, mind, and spirit all being one. The higher you go. Okay, like I said, most people are on a dead level, so that's the first 3 degrees. They sleep. They just and probably don't even go to the 3rd level. They just on the first. It's carnal. Everything. They're just lustful people. They don't exercise. They don't eat right. They don't care about what they put into their body. It's whatever. They turned up. They want to party. They cocaine out. They snorting. They popping pills. They doing mine. Trust me, all that shit comes out when you dreaming. When you it's time to go to sleep. That's why I be laughing at people. Like I'm a very deep and in tune person, so I be, I could just tell, like, Yeah, you acting all tough right now, but you're gonna be running when you go to sleep. Yeah, you gang banged out. Are you a gang banger? You around here harassing people, asking them where they from, tormenting people. A lot of times, those people not only they be tormented in their soul. Those people be tormented in their soul. People that go around trying to bully and pick on people, they be tormented in their soul. And while they awoke, and then when they go to sleep, it's even worse because now they got them demons that's pounding them because you like to torment people. So them demons is on your ass, like, oh yeah. So when you wake up, you just mad at people. You just want to kind of, you know how some people want to take out what happens to them on other people. Yeah. That's why I really don't really pay to be a jacked up person. You know, you being selfish. Yeah, you gonna nigga them they coming for you. You evil. You hateful. You jealous. You egotistical. Or you gonna experience all that shit when you go to sleep. Oh yeah, you a liar. You can't be held accountable. You running from the truth. When you go to sleep, you're gonna be running from something consistently because you will not face the truth. You will not face what it is that you need to face. So your ass gonna be sitting up here asleep, waking up out of shit, just and all type of shit. Like, yeah, they tormenting your ass, huh? Or sometimes, don't get it twisted, the demon or the situation may not be just because you're a bad person, let's say, but say if you're a good person, but you refuse to elevate yourself. Let's say you lack certain stuff, like say you lack self-esteem or confidence, right? You're going to face that when you sleep. You're going to be trying to get through certain doors, there's going to be things blocking you that you may be like in your dream, like, damn, how come I can't get past this point? How come I can't open that door? How come I can't get over that wall? Why is it when I'm climbing that hill, and just when I think I got to the top of the hill, top of the mountain, it extends and I still got to keep climbing and 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 keep climbing. It's like I can never get up because you are not handling what you need to handle in real life. And so the things that happens to you in real life, it transitions itself into your subconscious when you go to sleep. And that's just facts. It transitions itself into your subconscious when you go to sleep. So it doesn't pay to be somebody that can't be held accountable. It don't pay to be a liar. Those are all weaknesses. Like I told you, whoever you are, who and what you are while you're awoke is who and what you're going to be when you sleep. Who and what you are when you sleep is what you're going to be when you awoke. If you say to yourself, I am powerful beyond measure, and you walk with that in life while you're awoke, while your physical avatar is walking in existence, when you go to sleep, you're going to be powerful beyond measure. You're going to be powerful beyond measure. You're going to be flying. You're going to run across stuff. It can't touch you. It's so much that you're going to be protected from, that you can eradicate and destroy. Personally, that's why I feel martial arts is important, because I know I have an understanding of martial arts. It's a martial art, and in all martial arts, it teaches you to use that force, that energy. It's called your chi. That's why if y'all watch those movies, when you hear the martial arts, they fighting and they go, that's their chi force, especially when you see people doing demonstrations where they're breaking wood and breaking bricks, and you go and they go, Usa! It's the force, it's the energy within inside. That's it's a spirit shout that comes from within. If you a warrior when you awake, you're gonna be a warrior when you sleep. But just again, it's different levels to it. So whatever's hindering you or blocking you, the better you are as a person while you're awake, you'll be better there. If you start eating right, taking care of yourself, exercising, not being an asshole, being nice to people, friendly to your husband, friendly to your wife, friendly to your sisters, being a good friend, being a good mother, being a good father, being a good neighbor, being an upstanding citizen. Trust me, all that gives you power and energy. That increases your vibration. It increases your energy for when your ass go to sleep. You're gonna have some guns with you. But if you just a low-level buster, coward, a liar, manipulator, trifling, dirty, stanky, don't want to take a bath. Remember, they said cleanliness is next to godliness. See, all that shit matter too. If you just, like I said, trifling, you lazy, you don't like you're unapologetic. You can't apologize to people. Nothing's your fault. You a gaslighter. You blame shift. Hey, when you go to sleep, it's gonna be on and cracking. It's gonna be on and cracking. Them demons is gonna kick your ass, and it might just be your own demons, or again, they do got negative energy that floats around. And this is why in life they like to promote so much fear and hatred and envy and jealousy. Why do you think we're living in a time right now where everything's about fear? Oh, if Trump get in office, oh, this is gonna happen. If Kamala Harris is getting in office, oh, this is gonna happen. Ladies, y'all shouldn't like men. Men, y'all shouldn't like ladies. All that shit is ain't doing nothing but promoting fear and hate and a disconnect. It ain't doing nothing but promoting fear and hate and a disconnect. So when you take your silly, goofy, doofy, loofy ass to sleep with all of that fear and all of that hate and all of that disconnect, there are real life negative forces that feed off of that. And this is why some people may experience these sleep paralysis that we talked about, and then when they wake up, they see something appears to be in the room with them or on their chest and all of that. I'm not saying that that's a negative force at that, because I don't know, because it could be or not. But trust and believe this, it is definitely negative forces that feed off of your fears. They love fear. That's why they like for kids to be feared. That's why they love that shit, because kids send off the most fear, that terror, that fright, that that's why you got a lot of people who don't like to watch scary movies. They like, because realistically, subconsciously, it's something about that darkness. It's something about that monster. Like they say, I don't like that. It's just too scary. What are you afraid of? If it ain't even real, you got to ask yourself this. How are you afraid of something that's in your face on a TV screen that's not even real? That lets you know that there's something going on with you that you don't want to face. And you running from that shit. And these movies, they kind of tap into that. Now, don't get it twisted. On the same flip side of that, they put all these movies out to create the fear, like I said, so these negative energies and forces can go around and life feed and then sucking on each other, sucking on us like a vampire, okay? Real life, like really using you like a battery. Like, you got to understand we're all energy. Even this is energy. Don't y'all remember what your physical body is in science? Matter. And then they say this is this atom. The physical is just atoms slowed down. So it's all the same. It's all this. This is still energy. It's just a solid. This table, it's still energy. It's just the way it's been slowed down. It has a physical form, but it's still energy. This is all energy. Things feed off of energy, negative or positive. That's why if you think positive, positive things start happening. If you feel happy every day, joyous every day, things start happening positive for you. That's why you can be positive, be a good person, elevated yourself and vibrating. So when you crossing over into that dream world, you really still got that same energy. And when you come out of it, why you think when you go around people, when you walk into a room, some people just don't like you? Because your light triggers their dark side. See, it's spiritual shit going on beyond just your physical eyes, beyond what you can touch. You wonder, like, well, damn, how come they don't like me? I ain't never done nothing to them. Yeah, because in that dream world, you be kicking their ass. And they are possessed by them damn demons, low-key, or that negative energy. So when you come out of there and you go on to work, going to your relative's house, or going to your boyfriend house, girlfriend house, wherever, that light in you is triggering the fuck out of them. and they don't like you. They can't even explain why they don't like you. They're not even in tuned enough to understand why they don't like you, why they got a problem with you. They just know that they don't like you and that there's a problem. Period. Period. And so you gotta you gotta understand that. Again, who you are when you awake is who you gonna be when you sleep. Who you are when you sleep is who you gonna be when you awake. If you're a coward when you awake, you're gonna be a coward when you sleep. If you're a warrior when you awake, you're gonna be a warrior when you sleep. If you draw positive and good energy to you when you awake, you're gonna draw good and positive energy to you while you're asleep. But you're just gonna get more of an understanding about certain things. Okay. And then also know this, that your dreams or your visions or your experiences are all symbolic. Don't you know? Haven't y'all noticed how crazy a dream can be? Because our dreams are and haven't you noticed there's a lot of elements in our dreams? You either you like who hasn't had a dream where they saw some earth and some water and some wind and some fire? All of those things are symbolic when you see a house and a boat and a car and a deer and a hawk and a dove and an eagle and a jackal and a snake and a viper and a frog. All of these things are symbolic. You got to understand the spiritual / esoteric meaning behind it to get an understanding of what those things are so you can interpret your dream and get the message that was coming from the Most High, divine spirits, your ancestors, whatever you subscribe to. People subscribe to different things. It don't even matter. It don't even matter because even the Bible talks about people dreaming and experiencing stuff and then waking up. I seen a vision. I got a dream from the Lord. And yeah, exactly. So just to give you an example, like for example, like Earth is like if you see like Earth in your dream, that tends to represent like stability, nourishment, longevity. Like water tends to represent like life, emotions, like life and emotions. Let me give an example of something that you might see in your dream as a dream interpretation. Let's say, for example, you on a boat, right? And let's say you on a boat and you on a yacht and you're sailing and you see nothing but the boat and water everywhere, but it's calm and it's not moving. Then all of a sudden, you know how dreams go for a twist. Then all of a sudden, let's say all your friends appear on the boat and the waters, the calm waters start getting rough and rugged, and then a tsunami happens, and then you fall into the water, and then you start drowning, right? And then you wake up from that dream like, oh shit, and go your heart beating again, right? For dreams to not matter, your body and your heart sure is involved in this shit. Right? That's why I be telling people like people don't be understanding what's really happening in life. But anyway, so you fall into the water and then you drown, and then you drown and you like, and then you wake up like, oh shit, I was drowning. Like, damn, what the fuck, right? So you might say, damn, man, what was that about? Well, it could be a lot of things, but I'm just giving you an example. Let's say you just break down the symbolism, right? And you just break it down. So if you take your time with it and you sit there and try to recall your vision and write it down or say to yourself you want to remember, the more lucid you can dream, the better you can remember and get more detail out of the vision. So for example, like I said, the boat, you was on the boat, there's water everywhere, you sailing out in the ocean, the waters is calm. Next thing you know, your friends is on the boat, y'all having a party or whatever, but they on the boat, the water start getting rough, you fall out of then a tsunami comes, knock you out of the boat, and you all in the water, and you up under in the water, and you drowning, right? You drowning, and you wake up, you're like, oh shit, what was that? So how you can interpret that, because you got to understand what water is. Water, it means life. Water means your emotions. Understanding what it means to be above the water and under the water. Those are two different things. The above the water typically means like you being conscious. The under the water means your subconscious. So let's just break that example down because I just threw that out there. So if you're on a boat and you're sailing and the waters was calm, that means your emotions and everything in your life is calm, right? Everything's good. And then your friends came and started creating, it could be all this turmoil. And they could be the reason why all of a sudden the water start turning into a tsunami and everything start getting rough. And then they knocked you into the boat, out of the boat and into the water. Now that boat could be your foundation. That boat could be a symbol of, something that you planted your feet on, something that, remember, you was on a boat and everything was calm when you was by yourself. Then your friends come and it's like they knock you off the boat. So get you off of something that you should be on, and you get knocked into the water, and then now the water is all rough and you're drowning. So then that could mean that you need to probably watch your friends or watch people around you, because there's some people or person or thing around you that when they're not around, you're good. That's why the waters is calm. But then when they come, the waters is all fluctuating and you drowning and you can't breathe and shit. So that would typically mean that, okay, your friends could be the cause of that. So therefore, you may need to address that. You may have to start eliminating people out of your life, or at least be aware enough to know that in certain situations and circumstances in your life, maybe they don't need to be there. Like, meaning that if you own your boat, because now you got to look at the boat. See, this is what I'm saying. It's all symbolism. If you can get an image of the boat, what kind of boat was it? Was it like a little bitty boat, like a little raft? Was it a yacht? You know what I mean? So if it's a yacht, that means that's dealing with money. That's dealing with success because you got a big old yacht. But then your friends come, boom, boom, boom. The waters get rough, boom. You fall off the boat. So you fall off your stuff. You start drowning. You all in the water. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you're going to have to change up some stuff right there, right? That's what I mean by the symbolism. You know what I'm saying? And you really know it low key. That's why it's in you. That's why you're having a vision, because it might be something that you know and you're running from it and you're fighting it. It could be something that your ancestors or the divine spirit or the Most High is trying to guide you to see that, hey, this person or these people are not good for you and you need to remove yourself from them, right? For example, then you got fire. Fire tends to represent, a spiritual force, purification, and destruction and transformation. So let's say you have a dream about your house, a house that you're living in being on fire, right? So you got to understand symbolically what would be a house. What does it say in the Bible about when they say get your house in order? That means you are the house. This is you. Again, this is your house. Again, the avatar, this vessel, this thing, your whole existence, you may need to get that in order, and it's on fire and it burnt down, because it could be that whatever else is in that dream that reveals itself to you, it could be that thing that's destroying you or going to destroy you, or it's just a symbol that you're finna go through a transformation, and the old you is finna pretty much go away, and a new you is finna come out. Okay, a new you about to be reborn. So the old house got to burn down in order for the new house to be rebuilt. So you gotta be able to be aware enough in that dream, lucid enough to be able to see all of the details. So when you come, or as much of it as you can, so when you come out of it, you can write it down and interpret it, and start going over it like, damn, okay, I remember this, I remember that, I saw this, I saw that. Now you can start interpreting that dream, understanding the symbolism. Okay. It's the same thing with wind. I mean, you might be dealing with win. You know what I'm saying? So you might have a situation where, you know, you're at a park and everything is calm and it's a nice breeze at the park. So the wind tends to represent your mind, and then all of a sudden, um, and so like I'm sorry. So the earth was your physical body, the water is your emotions, the fire tends to be represent spirit, and the wind tends to represent like breath of life, your mind. You know what I mean? So now you got a little understanding about the group Earth, Wind, and Fire. Aha! Okay. So that's body, mind, and spirit. Earth, Wind, and Fire. But anyway, so you might be at a park and you might be feeling in your dream, having a good breeze, the sun is out, and everything's cool and calm, and then all of a sudden, a tsunami comes and just start just blowing things away and blowing people, and then you starting to see people getting blown away. You know, just the wind, a tornado, just carrying people away, just knocking people from, you know, miles away and stuff like that, right? So what that typically mean? That would means that whatever has you calm, you need to figure that out. Whatever has your mind sound and founded and grounded on something, you need to figure that out. If you're having a dream and the wind is blowing you around, that's because you're not grounded. You're not grounded on something, and it's just moving you around. If it's not, if the wind is up and it's kicking and it's blowing everybody else around but not blowing you around, that's typically mean that those people are not grounded and they're getting blown away. And so maybe those are people that you need to again let the wind blow them away from you. Okay? Because like they say, you are what you eat and you are the company that you keep. You are what you eat and you are with the company that you keep. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you are a person that's hanging around low level energy type of people, your thinking, your behavior, and your movement is going to be low energy thinking. If you're around people that have elevated in their energy and elevated in their mind and their heart and their spirit, you will do so because birds of a feather flock together. If you're somebody that's pursuing wealth, you need to hang around people that's wealthy. If you're pursuing wealth, why would you hang around people that are broke? That doesn't make sense. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. If you are broke, if you are aspiring to be wealthy, you need to hang around people that got money. If you are, you want to be a fighter, you need to hang around people that do that. Because if you're a fighter, you can't hang around people that don't just train, don't do nothing. It's not going to work for you. You need birds of a feather flock together. You're going to need to hang around people that's on that same path, because someone that's on that same path as being a fighter like you and want to be a better fighter and they're trained and getting in shape, they're going to call you. They're going to say, "Hey, Noble, what's up, man? I'm finna go for a run. It's 5:00 in the morning. You want to go? Hell yeah, bro. Let's go. I'll meet you at the park." Boom. You can't be around people that's like you hit them up and you like, "Man, hey, bro, it's 5:00 in the morning. I'm finna go for a run. You know what I'm saying? Get ready." And they, "Bro, why are you calling me, man? It's 5:00 in the morning. I'm asleep, man. I'm in the bed, man. Vibes." Like, nah, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying? That don't work. I'm not saying get rid of a person just for that, but what I'm saying is you gotta be the energy that you own, you gotta be around people that match that. You can't be somebody again shooting for wealth and everybody you hanging with is on GR and EBT. It's just not going to work. Every time you talking to them about some type of business strategy, what they going to say? "Oh, no, I can't do that because I can't make too much money because they going to kick me off the county." Come here. Ugh. I will slap the sense into you. Get moved. Bye. That's that wind. They're not rooted in nothing. That wind is the one that's coming, whoo, blowing them out the way. Let them go. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. So you got in order to be better at understanding this shadow world. And you'll in one day it should probably hit you why I called it the shadow world. But in order to get better at that and raise your vibration and try to start attempting to lock into your dreams, and then because it's another thing to have lucid dreams and remembering and experiencing, but I didn't even get into being able to control your dreams. That's a whole nother level to where you can control it. It's lucid, it's dream, and you know you dreaming and you like, no. Like Neo and Matrix, the bullets is coming and you like, no, stop, move. That's a whole nother level. But you don't get to those levels by just eating McDonald's and Burger King every day. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You gotta eat sun food from the sun, food that's grown by the sun, your fruits, your vegetables. You can't be eating steak and filet mignon every day, tomahawk steak twice a week. Like, boy, you so backed up, clogged up, and your vibration is low. You just don't know. You are not going to be able to reach certain levels of consciousness, certain levels of existence, certain levels in this world, or when you sleep, being a certain type of person. It's just not going to happen. It's not. And you can't, ain't no money. You can't just pay and be like, oh, I'll pay for that now. You can't pay for this. You'll pay for them girls. You'll pay for that car, that house, that boat, that jewelry. But you ain't going to pay to get in seventh heaven, to have your, to get to that seventh chakra, your crown chakra, to have your fourth chakra open, to have your pineal open. Nah. You're not going to get to that just being an asshole, being somebody scandalous and fucked up, and all you want to do is mistreat men, all you want to do is mistreat women, all you want to do is you're taking advantage of the elders, taking advantage of the youth. Nah, you're going to have some cold demons on your ass when you go to sleep, and you're going to be able to tell, because when those people wake up and they just mad, they're angry in the morning, they come out, you're just like, damn, man, what's wrong with you? Like, what the fuck? That motherfucker's in there getting tormented last night. That motherfucker angry. That motherfucker scared and going through all type of stuff. And if they have some type of position of power over you, like a boss, like your manager at your job, oh, they about to abuse that. They about to try to be your demon. But all you got to do is block them out. All you got to do is block them out and be like, no weapon forced against me shall prosper. Bye. See ya. Wind, fire, water, drown. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass. So I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. But, again, the political season is over with. So that's why I was going heavy on the politics, because, it was just getting people aware. So now we're shifting into some other aspects of I'll Slap the Sense Into You podcast. So, the last episode was Psychedelic Experience. I had on a nice guest. We had a great conversation. So, this episode, I wanted to just tap into the shadow world and understanding your dreams and what it means to be a human being, which is a spirit being human, and understanding, what dreams are and what to do about them and how to interpret them. And because it's all symbolism, and, the importance of being an upright, moral person versus somebody that just don't have no morals, do anything any old type of way. Those type of people, when they go to sleep, trust me, they're haunted. They run, consistently running. And then sometimes too, you might be running from things in your dream. You might be running from them demons, not so much because you're just a bad person, but because you refuse to face certain things, obstacles in your life that you just have to get over. You got to get over that. Say you might lack the confidence, right? And so you need to start being more confident about yourself, which would be like the self-esteem. You might lack that. You might have a fear of success because you're like, well, damn, I want to try, but I'm afraid that I might fail. So now when you go to sleep, that failure demon is chasing you. You're running from the failure demon. You know what I'm saying? You might have past trauma that is legitimate, but you have to get over it. And you fall asleep and you like, why I'm running from, I'm running from this demon, but that demon that you're running from might be the anger demon, the jealous demon, the past trauma demon. It's whatever it is. whatever the label of that demon is really you. It's really what you have created. It's really what you dealing with, because it's the things that you have not conquered and faced. And you can't run from it. You can move from neighborhood to neighborhood, city to city, county to county, state to state, country to country. It's gonna find you. That's why when you go to sleep and you having those dreams, and you might get to a point where it's like, okay, I've escaped the demon. He can't find me. Next thing you know, boom, the demon right there. Because you will always find you. I'm gonna say it again. You will always find you. You can't run from you. It's only you. All right. So then on top of that, you do have actual negative, what they call malevolent forces at work. And so therefore, you do need to either be prayed up or empower yourself with some type of spiritual awakening, something that you say before you go to sleep. Some people they may go through a ritual. And when I say a ritual, people think a ritual is evil. No, a ritual is anything that you do every day. You get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, and you make your bed up and go to work. That's a ritual. Anything that you do consistently is a ritual. So don't get it twisted. Don't just hear the word ritual and think that I myself or somebody else is talking about something demonic. Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. Understand what things are before you assume, because of what you may have been taught to traditionally perceive them as, and you're like, oh, well, that's evil because he's talking about a ritual. No, if you pray before you go to bed, that's a ritual. When you be at work all day, you come home and take a bath every day, that's a ritual. You eat dinner every day, that's a ritual. You wake up, take your kids to school and pick them up every day, that's a ritual. A ritual is something that you practice, something that you do consistently. So you want to develop good, consistent methods of good, positive energy, and making sure that you're dwelling, within this house and your actual house, your apartment, your house. It keep the energy level high. You know what I mean? Avoid arguments as much as possible, because that opens up the gate. Remember, those negative forces, they feed off of that. So they love to see a man and a woman fighting and arguing, cursing. And here we go, cursing and using words because they are spells, and you're using these words that you use to spell, like spelling words, and you're cussing each other out. They feed off of that. That's what they want you to do. They want you to fuss and fight and then get physical, and then somebody, gets something happens, somebody gets unalived. Oh, they finna have, somebody got unalived. Oh, the negative forces are super in that house. They super in that apartment. They about to have a whole Super Bowl fiesta off of you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very mindful of that. Keep yourself rooted. Keep yourself grounded. Like I said, that's what that wind tends to represent. When it's blowing in your dreams, when you see people blowing around, or if it's blowing you around, that means you're not rooted in something. You need to kind of root yourself in some type of foundation. Now, what? I don't know. That depends on you. Everybody's life is different. The thing about this is only you know what you're supposed to do, and only you know what you're not doing. Only you know what you're supposed to do, and only you know what you're not doing. You know what you're not doing. You know what you need to do. So, I can help you. I can lead you to the door like Morpheus with Neo, but Neo, you got to be the one to walk through it. All right. So with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. This is the Shadow World. Stay tuned to the next episode. I got a few more episodes to drop before we close out the season. So with that being said, peace and blessings. Hey, vibrate high, fly high, vibrate high, keep that energy high. Stay away from those parasites. Stay away from those parasites. Okay, protect yourself. Keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself rooted. For real, for real. All right? Travel light, Noble Alexander, and I'm out.